eating the bugs is fine, but the bull's penis. The worst thing I ate was, or one of the worst things was cow's nipple. So tough, man.
I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Now, we had Jack Maynard on the show.
Wow.
Who had a very different experience.
Did indeed. Love Jack, though. Lovely boy. I've known him for years.
Yeah,
I
mean, like, the whole YouTube community kind of got behind him during that, and I think it was a tough one, but fair play to him. I think he's handled it as well as he could. Now, he had a negative experience. I imagine your experience was very positive.
It couldn't have been any better.
What was it like when you get the call or your agent sends you an email and you know you're gonna probably be going on?
The thing is with that show, like I've always said, and I'm very lucky and in a very lucky position that I get offered a lot of those shows, and a lot of the shows that I enjoy to watch. But that show I've watched since season 1.
Yeah.
When Tony Blackburn won.
We're of that age. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, that for me is like, that was the show. I love Ant and Dec more than anything. They're my favourite hosts. Do you know what I mean? And so to be able to, as a genuine fan, I was like, I need to be there. Like, I need to be there. And I went to Capital and I said to them, I was like, look, like, I need to do this. Like, I need to have 4 weeks off, which as a breakfast host, you don't get. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Was that a hard sell?
Yes and no. It's a massive show. There's opportunity to do some fun stuff, but at the same time, like, I'm grateful to them that they let me go. And it was the best decision I've ever made in my life, purely from a selfish point of view and purely for just in general, I think. And I think when you know that you want to do it, I'm a Celeb always knew that I wanted to do the show. The timing just had to be right. I was asked for the 3 previous years to do it, and it wasn't right. It wasn't right yet.
Was that career-wise or like?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Because I knew I still had work to do. I knew I still had work to do to. I knew that if I went in there at that moment, I knew I'd be Martin Kemp's son. I knew I'd be that, and it's hard enough doing that show, but it's hard. I would have to be proactively trying to show that I'm not an asshole. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And it's hard proactively trying to do that. I just knew that, like, I want to just stick and earn my craft with the breakfast show and get that into a nice place where I can leave it and I'll come back and it'll still be there. So I was like, it's not the right time. Now's the right time. And it was just like, and it was the first season. I think the second season, obviously Holly Willoughby came in. And then the year after that was when I did it, when Ant and Dec were first reunited again.
Oh, right, okay.
And I knew at that moment, I was like, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta do it. This one's gonna be the one. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe I'm actually gonna miss the show. Like,
What, from being on it? You're not going to get to watch it?
Yeah. And it is, hands down, it is the best thing ever. It's the hardest thing ever.
I imagine it is, yeah.
You turn up and you are expecting a little bit of behind the curtain.
Yes. So I spoke to someone who I actually think was on your year, unless I've got it wrong, James Haskell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I asked him the very cliche question, like, they give you a cheeky Mars bar. But there's none of that, right?
No.
Did you go into it thinking that there might be that?
Not really.
Right.
I was hoping it was as it is on the telly.
Yeah.
I think a few people in there really did and had never watched the show before and probably should have watched the show before.
Yeah. It's quite intense. So, like, yeah, to go in blind.
Well, here's the difference, right? Like, I remember I went out and I did a trial and I got 12 stars and I was buzzing, right? Full house. Come home and you're thinking, okay, finally, like, you can get some food, right? Get some actual food. The basket comes in, which it actually does, and you don't see where it comes from, by the way. Like, that's what... Do you know when they say, what do you mean the basket just appears? Who's pulling it down? It comes from, like, 4 different directions you don't see. It's just on a pulley that you can barely see. It's pitch black. You're in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah.
Like, and it just all of a sudden, you just see... Dun, 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 and the basket comes down, right? And then I remember the meal that I'd got after winning 12 stars, it was 2 eels... not boned.
Oh.
And just horrendous veg. And people kicked off. But I could not stop laughing because that's the show.
Yeah.
That's like, I knew, you know, the thing that got me through it was, oh my God, my mates are going to be pissing themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I've gone out there, I'm buzzing to eat, and then I'm served up that. And I've got to sit there like this. Like, my mates be laughing so much.
Yeah.
And like, I was just like, fuck. Like, the best way to kind of describe that show, and I would say to anyone that goes on it, like, expect to be kissed on the lips and then kicked in the nuts.
Right, yeah.
Like, you'll feel so great, and then they'll kick you in the nuts. And it's the best.
What were the eating challenges like?
Horrendous.
What? Tell us some of the stuff you had to eat.
So I ate bull's penis.
Oof.
I did the classic fish eye,
Oof.
which is the worst thing.
A lot of people say that's the worst thing.
The worst thing. Basically, I think it's like, so imagine you've got a bag of wet fish mucus, and the second you crunch down into that, you feel all the juice come into your mouth, right? So the second, do you remember those old like Hubba Bubba sweets and juice in the middle?
Yeah.
It's like that. You chew down salt water all in your mouth. It's like mucus, horrible gunk, right? And then all of a sudden you're chewing, and it's like chewing through like chicken cartilage. Like, you know, you're going, and then all of a sudden you hear this crunch, like a proper crunch, and you're thinking, shit, have I just eaten a bone? Like, do you know what I mean? What the hell is that? And I remember saying to Ant when we were doing it, I was like, what the hell is that? And he was like, oh, that's the lens. And I was like, oh, now I'm going to be sick. I can't believe I wasn't actually sick. Eating the bugs is fine, but the bull's penis, the worst thing I ate was, well, one of the worst things was cow's nipple. So tough, man.
That wasn't the worst tasting.
Fish eye was the worst tasting, and probably the worst thing that I've ever had in my mouth.
Yeah.
That and like vomit fruit. I did crocodile penis milkshake, which was horrendous.
Oh.
But dude, like, when you're in that realm, you will do anything.
Really?
You will do anything.
Because I've always thought if that was me, I wouldn't do it, but you would.
Mate, you do it.
Are you doing it?
And you're not doing it for cameras. You're doing it because the fear of going back to a camp of hungry people, celebrities, and telling them, sorry, guys, I ain't got nothing. Nah, not happening. No question.
I couldn't do the eye. That makes me...
You just do it.
I mean, if I have to eat an eye and then I'm going to come out and make a YouTube video about it and bang 5 million views, I'm eating the eye.
Fair enough. I wouldn't get anything out of it like that. So
no, you can talk about it on Twitch. One of the things that I couldn't do if I was in there, I think maybe I could do the eye. I'm not sure. I can't do spiders.
Oh man, the bugs and the things, people always say like, oh yeah, but like in your camp there's nothing dangerous and all that type of stuff. There is, but they're on it. Like, don't get me wrong, they're fully on it. Like, in terms of like, you know, if you see a rat, that's bad, because that means you've got snakes coming.
Oh,
because snakes will just literally just find the rats, right?
Oh,
so you're always constantly cleaning up your food. If there's any bit of food on the floor, you are trying your best to clear it up and take it out and, do you know what I mean, destroy the rubbish. But so when it comes to like spiders and critters and things, they're everywhere.
Oh.
And I remember I went the like second night in, I went to the bathroom, and the bathroom is the dunny, right? And it is a hole. It is a hole. It's a hole with a potato sack that is your kind of modesty thing.
Oh, it's like glass though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And same sort of vibe.
Yeah.
And same smell, actually. Same smell. And I remember I went in there and I was like a little bit like, oh, because like it's weird. I've woken up. I'm in the middle of the jungle. I'm going for a wee. And I'm standing there and I'm taking a piss, and then all of a sudden I look up, right? And the room itself isn't big. Like, it's not high. Like, it's not a big room. And the ceiling's like here, like about 10 centimeters away from the top of my head. God knows how James Haskell used to fit in. and then I remember I'm weeing, and then I look up, and this huntsman spider is just there, like centimeters away from my eyebrows. Right? And when I say a huntsman spider, right, look these up. They're not dangerous, but they are huge.
Well, and this is in the middle of the night, yeah?
Yeah, like they're about the size of my palm.
Oh, fuck off, Roman.
They're like the size of, yeah, see that there? That's like a baby one.
Oh, that's a baby one, is it? Cool.
The size of a palm.
Yeah, they're massive. They're huge. honestly, and they are the ones that you just like dream of that coming into your house at night.
Yeah,
And
proper horror movie style. That
they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Like that's the standard spider you see.
So, would they actually crawl on you when you're in bed?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh fuck me.
Yeah. I remember so many times when you're asleep and you've just got your sleeping bag, and I was in a hammock, and the spiders, no matter where you sleep, everyone goes in there going, I'm gonna sleep here because the spiders don't really come down here. They're everywhere. Like there's no good spot. Yeah, they're horrible.
You almost don't want to get to the level where you're invited on now, do you?
Yeah, no, I'm completely content with being like F-list or something for a while. Yeah.
But it's great. It was, it's the best show on TV still.
Yeah, it is a brilliant show, and I'm not a fan of what are they called? Reality television. I'm not really a fan, but that's the one show.
That is the one.
Yeah.
It has always been the one. I really hope it can go back to Australia this year.
I'm just trying to picture myself now. Like, could I do it? I don't think I could. I don't think I could do spiders.
I didn't realise you were scared of spiders that much.
Oh mate, I hate them. Yeah, you were probably all right because there was no cotton wool in there. Or
mate, yeah, exactly. So I have a weird fear of cotton wool
and SpongeBob.
And SpongeBob.
Is that because he's kind of
cotton wool?
Yeah.
Is that actually why?
Yeah. Cotton wool's horrendous, but what they didn't show you as well. So whilst I was anytime I'd do trials and stuff like that, like they knew I was all right with spiders. So anything I had to do with spiders, they'd also fill the box that I'd have to put my hand in with cotton wool.
Really?
Yeah, man, it's messed up. Like,
why do you admit it to them at the start?
Because I think as well at the same time you want that.
That's half the fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's half the fun. You got to challenge yourself.
Yeah, you never like it when someone just puts their hand in it.
You know what I hate worse than cotton wool? Frogs. Frogs I hate. Like, hate them.
Why?
I don't know.
They're all right, frogs. I don't mind a little froggy.
I hate them. I absolutely hate them. Don't like how they dart. Like, just don't like them.
Did you write that on the form?
The feel, don't like the feel of them, all that type of stuff. And they'll find what you don't like. They will find it. Right?
Well, I've got a phobia of death. So they just kill me when I go in.
It will bang.
Exactly. We're gonna make you feel like you're gonna die.
What's one line of encouragement for somebody that may end up going on I'm a Celebrity?
Oh, it is. You know when people say it is the most amazing thing they've ever done in their life?
Yeah.
It is. It really is. Like you will never experience anything like that ever again in your life, and it is unbelievable. I dream about it, mate. I dream about going back and being so happy to be there.
Maybe they'll do like a reunion one in 10 years and go back then.
Nah. But listen, the idea of going back is nice.
Yeah.
But no, it's an amazing thing. And genuinely, like, if anyone was to ever get an offer, I would always say, do it. We record. Billy pings it into Jez. Jez traps it down. I walk past him, hit the line. I go, it's good, but it's not quite messy, right? I'm thinking, great. Let's move on to the next thing. All of a sudden, everything stops.